So if you've been watching some of my more recent videos, you've probably been wondering, the heck is this game Bane's playing? And the answer is, it's Europa Universalis IV. Such pleasing music. It's a Paradox interactive game, and it is called a grand strategy title. Let me show you what it does. It has both single player and multiplayer, so that's something to keep in mind. And yeah. Let's take a look at this particular map mode because it will be easier to explain within. This is the world of Europa Universalis IV. In Europa Universalis IV, you can play as a nation. Any of these nations, in fact. In fact, you can even play as nations that don't already exist on this map, or that exist in a later timeline. You can start at any date between the 11th of November 1444 and some point in 1820, I believe it is, or 1819. And you can play as any nation, so such as Lithuania, Novgorod, or Perm, or one of my favorite colors, a mighty Kachar, and you can do with them as you will. Perhaps you would like to control the world. Perhaps you would like to have a diplomatic relations with your neighbors and exist peacefully for as long as possible. Perhaps you would like to build buildings in your land and create a font of culture throughout your land. That's all possible. Some people have kind of stated that it's something like a game of Risk crossed with Civilization, and they're not wrong, but there isn't exactly any kind of victory conditions. I mean, yeah, you could state that if you take over the world and there's no one left but you on the map, then sure, you've achieved a victory. But the victories are up to you. They truly are. There are a number of achievements, a huge number of achievements that will take you hundreds upon hundreds of hours to complete. It's quite interesting. You know, I'm going to point out a couple of things and just explain a few things to start with. Let's pick France. Because I've never played as France, so we'll pick it. In here you can see the difficulty of the nation. You can have a look at the French ideas, which aren't going to make a lot of sense to you. You can see who your king is, you can see what your technology levels are, you can see your religion, your tech group. And you can even play in Iron Man mode or normal. Even before you start, you can select a number of different things. If you have one of the various DLCs, you can create the new world randomly. You could play as the Aztecs or the Maya if you wish. It's completely up to you. You can click a random nation and play as Morocco, or the Ottomans, or Brittany, or I don't even know who that is, Multan, someone I am completely unfamiliar with. And you can pick different dates. See, as you can see, the world is hugely changed just between then and now. You know, you could play as Segu, who doesn't even exist normally, I don't believe. It's up to you. Completely and utterly up to you. So let me just go in and show you a quick look around. Now you might be wondering, hey Bane, this sounds pretty cool. And if it doesn't sound pretty cool to you, you've probably stopped watching the video, which is just fine. You have a number of different map modes. Political is the one that I like to use the best, because it's very easy to see all your borders. You can do a lot of interesting things, but things have historical starts. So with France right now, I'm in the 100 Years' War with England. The war goal of England is to take Ile-de-France, or as some like to call it, Ile-de-Frogs, France's capital. That's right, France's capital is not called Paris. It's probably because Paris is the city within the province. Anyway, I think I've gone in too long to really just explain exactly what this game is. But it's very in-depth, very detailed, very technical, and has some really good music. If you like your strategy, if you like smacking the crap out of people on a world map, feel free. Feel free. This is definitely the game for you. You can see all of your summaries based on who you are and what you've done. You can go against historical scores if you really wish, although they're mostly rubbish. It's pretty cool. And there's multiplayer. And who doesn't like that? Well, I usually don't. I usually hate multiplayer. But I'll be attempting it at some point. There is a couple of things to note. First of all, the difficulty level on this game is extreme. It's like running your face into a wall over and over again, and that wall is made of sandpaper, and the sandpaper moves. It's really difficult to get into. But once you do, it is one of probably the most rewarding experiences in any game I've ever played. So, thank you very much for watching, and I hope this kind of explains a little bit about what EU4 is. There will be a lot of EU4 content on the channel from now on, along with other Paradox titles, and I will attempt to do some kind of introduction video with all of them. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later.